guys, before we get started with this video, I would just like to say if you're enjoying my content, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and give that notification bell a big ol' smack for me. It helps the channel out a lot. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy the video.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome to Ask Barney, episode 16. So, I guess I took a little break from this series, from multiple series on this channel, actually. I need to bring back Barneycraft, too, my Minecraft survival series. But anyway, we're talking about Ask Barney, not my other series. So, if you don't know what Ask Barney is, it's a pretty simple concept. You ask me questions, and I answer them. And yeah, that's really complicated, and blah blah blah, all the usual stuff I say in these videos. So if you want a chance to be featured in Ask Barney, episode 17, can't believe we're already that high up, go ahead and leave your question in the comments section below. And remember, the more creative your question is, the better chance you'll be featured. And y'all did great on episode 16's comment section. Y'all did fantastic. We have a lot of interesting and creative questions to answer today. So let's keep it up with that. Anyway, today on screen I am playing Heli Wars, a very classic game on Roblox. I'm not all that good at it, I'm actually very rusty. You'll notice I'm a very bad pilot. Very bad pilot. I can't shoot anything to save my life. I'm actually better on the ground than I am in the air, but I mean, it also helps that I'm using very much pay-to-win weapons to make people mad, so, you know, yeah. Anyways, let's jump into the first question, shall we? Who was your childhood YouTuber, and when is your birthday? I'd prefer if we keep these one question in each comment, but I'll answer both of them. My birthday is January 30th, and as for my childhood YouTubers, I had a few of them. The biggest one was probably Sky Does Minecraft. Now, I know that in 2022, he was, exposed for doing a lot of bad stuff during his YouTube career, but before all that came out, when everybody thought, he was just a quirky, fun, very popular Minecraft YouTuber, I loved watching him. I would say he was probably my biggest inspiration. I also watched a lot of the Diamond Minecart, his mod showcases, and popular MMOs with his mob battles. Yeah, a lot of my childhood YouTubers were Minecraft YouTubers, because when I was a kid, being a Roblox YouTuber was just not really a thing on YouTube. Like, being a Roblox YouTuber was not something that was going to get you big on YouTube at the time. Back then, it was being a Minecraft YouTuber that would actually get you somewhere on YouTube. I also watched a lot of Aphmau as well, her Minecraft roleplay series. I watched My Street all the way through to the end, seasons 1 through 7. I haven't watched it in a while. I know she's coming out with a season 8 of that to wrap the whole thing up. I'm gonna have to rewatch the entire series 1 through 7, including Phoenix Drop High, so I got a lot of watching to do to get caught up again. But, yeah. And I mentioned popular MMOs. If you've been following what he's been up to the last, several years, ever since he basically quit YouTube, it's been a roller coaster, man. Like, he's had some pretty bad moments in his life. But recently, he just posted that, he's been 100 days sober, and that, he's finally got back to the gym and started, getting his gains back and everything, and he's starting to look like his old self again. So, it's really nice to see after, he was going through a really rough time in his life, that he's starting to finally get things back on track again. It really made me feel good to see one of my childhood heroes who seemed like he really lost his way find his way again. It's an incredible story what's going on with popular MMOs right now. I just hope that he stays on the right track. Anyways, let's move on to the next question. Will you cover more Roblox events and drama like you did with Schlep and Roblox? Probably not, unless it's something super huge like the Schlep situation was. Because I'm a guy who really tries to stay as far away from drama as possible. Because I'm telling you, drama just never ends well. It just doesn't. It always ends up with somebody getting hurt, bad stuff happening. It's never fun. It really is never fun. So I try to stay as far away from drama as possible and not get involved unless it is absolutely necessary. And I felt that Schlep situation was an absolute necessary thing because it was just probably one of, if not the biggest issue in Roblox history. So I felt like I had to come out and say something. So, yeah. To answer your question, probably not, unless it's something of a similar magnitude to the Schlep situation. So anyway, next question. Is your upload schedule sustainable, or are you thinking of changing it? Good question. I've had the same upload schedule for like 4 years. So I would say it's pretty sustainable right now. My personal life is actually changing quite a bit, and it's going to change even more in 2026. So hopefully I'll be able to keep the same uploading schedule, but no promises on that, because I'm going to get incredibly busy in 2026. Incredibly busy. But I'm hoping that I can keep the upload schedule the same, which is, of course, every 3 days a video comes out. But, if it does change, I will make a video talking about it. I'll make a community post announcing it. I'll announce it in my Discord, on Twitter. I'll announce it absolutely everywhere so that everyone knows that it's changing. But it's been the same for like 4 years. I remember it used to be every 2 days. I did that for a little while, but that really got to me. And so I added an extra day, and it's been the same ever since. But, you know, with my personal life definitely getting more busy in 2026, I'll have less time to record. And my policy that I have for myself when I record videos is I need to enjoy doing it. I can't feel forced to make a video, because if I'm just making a video just to make a video and not because I genuinely want to do it, it won't come out good. It won't come out good. That's how I've seen so many YouTubers quit, is from falling out of love with what they do. So I try to preserve my fun that I have when I do this. And if I feel forced to do it, I won't have fun doing it. And, you know, the video won't be as fun for you guys. You'll notice the difference if I'm, you know, not wanting to do it, you know? So yeah, hopefully that answers the question. What was your reaction when you heard the oof sound come back from the grave? And how do you find music for your videos? When I heard the oof sound was back, I was thrilled, because I love the oof sound. I love it so much. I think it's hilarious, actually. When I was playing this game on screen and I was blowing people up and hearing the oof sound, I was actually cracking up, because I think it's the funniest sound ever. And as for where I find my music, I actually have a license with a website called Epidemic Sound. I pay monthly for it, and they have a massive audio library of not just music, but a lot of sound effects and stuff, too. A lot of YouTubers use Epidemic Sound for music and sound effects, and it is monetized friendly as long as, you know, you pay for the license. So yeah, I think it's like $15.99 USD a month or something like that. So yeah, if you want to have a lot of, you know, copyright free and monetized friendly sound effects, music, just audio in general, Epidemic Sound is the place to go. Are you the bacon hair in Ruben Sim's Twitter banner? What? Are you saying just because a bacon hair is there that means that they're me? They're all the same? Dude, that sounds very discriminatory. You are implying that every bacon hair is the same. You know, that is offensive. That is offensive. I think you need to come out publicly and apologize before cancel culture comes to get you. Honestly, you should be ashamed of yourself, like every bacon hair is me. That's disgusting behavior. I can't even believe I am showing your question on this episode, on this episode of Ask Barney. I can't believe this crap, man. No, I am not the bacon on his channel banner, or his Twitter banner. I don't have enough clout for that. I don't have enough clout to have the honor of that. What are your exact coordinates? This isn't a question. Skip this and find out what happens. Okay, I'm skipping this. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro! Is there anyone who you would collab with in a heartbeat? If so, who? Flamingo. Albert. 100%. Because not only was he also one of my childhood YouTubers, I probably should have mentioned him in that last question, but whatever, I'm mentioning him now. I feel like he and I would get along really, really well. I really feel like we would. Of course, I don't know what he's like, you know, off camera. I've never seen what he's like off camera, so I'd probably have to see that first before I know for sure if we'd get along really well. But no, I would collab with Flamingo in a heartbeat, and it's not even because of how popular he is. It has nothing to do with that. Well, I mean, yeah, it'd be nice, because he would bring a lot of new subscribers to me. But beyond that, like, even if he only had, like, 100,000 like me, I would collab with him just because of the fact that I think our personalities would work really well together in a video. I think we would bounce off of each other really, really well, because we're both very humor-based YouTubers. And you know who else I would in a heartbeat? Cow, Green Lego Cats. I would collab with him for a trolling video. And you know, actually, I have talked to him a couple times, and we did actually believe it or not, talk about that possibility. So he does know I exist, and he does know that I make trolling videos, and we have talked about that possibility before, but we'll see what happens with that. So hey, that could actually happen. Me and Flamingo collabing? Doubt it, because I don't think he even knows I exist, and I doubt he'd even want to collab with me. Cow, Green Lego Cats? That is actually possible. That is actually possible. So, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but it's a heck of a lot more possible than Flamingo, I'll tell you that right now. But I would accept Flamingo in a heartbeat if he offered it. Absolutely would accept it in a heartbeat. Will you ever bring back the Ultra Instinct plus SSJ video? Because that's like my go-to video when I'm cleaning out my fan. Oddly specific thing at the end there, but probably not. And for those who don't know what this person is talking about, there was a video I made at Sizzleburger years ago where I joined the game right at the beginning of the video, and I wasn't even doing anything yet. I was still, like, recording my introduction, and I got randomly banned for inappropriate username. And that was my username, Ultra Instinct plus SSJ, which is a reference to Dragon Ball Super. So it is not at all inappropriate. So I tried to get an answer out of the admin who banned me, because luckily the ban message told me which admin banned me. But the admin would not explain himself and just kept saying it is a inappropriate and bypassed username. And I was like, how? And he wouldn't explain himself. So I tried to go to a boss of his who was in-game. That boss banned me as well. So I had to open a ticket in the Sizzleburger Discord, and they wouldn't take me seriously. They wouldn't take me seriously. Like, the admin who opened the ticket, like, just seemed to think that the admin did the right thing. I don't know how. Like, I sometimes wonder the thought process of these people, man. I really, really do. Like, I feel like you would get more out of talking to a brick wall than talking to some of these people, man. I'm serious. But anyway, I ended up posting the video, and as you can probably imagine, Sizzleburger got a lot of heat over it. Sizzleburger found the video very quickly, and they were like, oh wow, we really dropped the ball here. The admin himself, you know, the guy who banned me in-game, also saw the video, and I got into a group chat with him on Discord, and he apologized for everything, and I was like, you know, as long as you realize now that, like, you kinda did the wrong thing here, then, you know, it's fine. So the situation was resolved, and Sizzleburger apologized, and I was like, hey, you know, we can let bygones be bygones, and that was it. But as you can also probably imagine, some people weren't going to be that nice, and a lot of people were sending hate to him. But I thought, hey, you know, maybe after the video's been out for a while, you know, and more videos come out after that, people will forget about it and move on. No, you know what happened? Like, a year after the video came out, I was still getting reports of people sending hate to that admin. And this was a year after the video came out. And I was like, okay, that's it. If you guys can't let this go after a year, then I'm just taking the video down. Because I'm guessing what was happening was people were finding the video for the first time, even though, you know, the video had been out for a year. And we're like, oh, I gotta send hate to this guy, because this guy's a piece of crap, even though it's like, dude, like, that's way over the top. You don't need to do this. So I took the video down, and it's been down ever since. So no, I will probably not be bringing the video back, because I don't need people sending hate to that guy all over again. You know, it's just really unfortunate that bad apples ruin things for everyone, you know? It really is. Like, I wish that I could just tell people not to send hate, and then everyone would listen, but unfortunately that's not how it works. And you know, I get complaints all the time from games like, oh my gosh, Barney, your fans are doing this, your fans are doing that, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not their dad. I can't force them to stop. All I can do is say, don't send hate, I don't want you to send hate, and that's it. Like, people seem to think just because I have 100,000 subscribers that I'm like an all-powerful, you know, king who can just order people to do what I want them to do, and no, it's not like that at all. I wish it was, because then I would make people do good things. I would make people, you know, do good things, but no, unfortunately it is not like that. So, anyway, let's move on. Do you think everyone who gets a Roblox job is under 18? Not all of them, but the grand majority probably is, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I will say this, though, when I hear stories about how people spend, like, as much time as people would spend in real-life jobs, at these fake Roblox jobs, it makes me feel kind of sorry for these people. It really does. Because, you know, these people could be doing other things that are productive. You know, they could be going and getting a real job. They could be focusing on their studies at school. They could be going to some social event in real life, which, granted, those are becoming less and less frequent now with the internet being as big as it is. But I will say, you know, if you're spending a little bit of time at these games, hey, you know, whatever. If that's what you like to do, it's what you like to do. But if it's like the equivalent of what people spend at their real life jobs, that's a little much. And I was actually talking about this in my Discord server yesterday about, you know, these activity requirement things. And I know I'm getting a little off topic here of the question. But when you have so many people that are under the age of 18 in these games, they are more easily manipulated, you know? And I will say, I think it is a little bit ethically questionable with activity requirements in some of these games. Because I don't know what the activity requirement is for each game, but if the activity requirements are really, really high, kids will feel forced to have to meet those requirements because otherwise they could get demoted or they could risk their chances at a promotion. And as all of us trollers know, people in these games will do absolutely anything for a promotion. I feel like some of these people would sell their souls to get a promotion. I really do. I think some of these people have given that option to sell their soul for a promotion. They do it. I think that some of them would. And so the people feel very incentivized and forced to, you know, meet these activity requirements, especially if they are younger kids. And honestly, I feel like that's kind of wrong on these games' part to do that. Now, if it's an activity requirement that's not that hard, you know, it's kind of a low activity requirement, then hey, I'd say that's okay. You know, if it's something that anyone is capable of, and if somebody doesn't meet it, that just means they're not really being active at all, then hey, that's fine. I could see that being okay. But something that's super high and makes people spend the equivalent of a real-life job's hours at their game, that's, I think, is wrong. I think is wrong and is taking advantage of, you know, the way kids are and how they'll do anything for a virtual promotion. Absolutely anything. Now, I don't know what the activity requirements are for each of the games. I'm sure they're different from game to game. And I'm pretty sure that information is confidential, because I think a lot of times activity requirements are for the MR, HR ranks, but I think some of them have activity requirements for LRs? I'm not sure. I don't play these games seriously, so I don't know these things. So if anybody out there does know these things, hey, go ahead and let me know how it works, man, because I would love to know. Because if there are some games that are really taking advantage of their player base and making them work an unholy amount of hours, I would make a video on it. I would make a video on it talking about it, because I think that's something that would be worthy of talking about in a serious video. But anyway, let's move on to the next question. Will you ever be unsingle? Probably not. What are the two numbers after 5? No. You people flooded up my last few live streams with that stupid meme. Like, literally, if you looked at the stream chat of some of the last live streams during certain moments, you people just flooded up the chat with that stupid 6-7 crap. Like, I don't know where these memes come from. Isn't that from TikTok? I know it's based on a song, but isn't the meme from TikTok? I don't know, man. I'm a boomer. I don't keep up with all the meme culture these days. You know, my meme humor is still stuck in, like, 2011, okay? Really, it is. So, I don't keep up with all these stupid jokes that you people make into memes, okay? So, screw your 6-7 crap, alright? Screw all your 6-7 crap. If you had unlimited money, what would you do with it? You know, the right thing to do would probably donate them to charities, you know, the right charities that don't waste the money, and do good things with it, which I would definitely do. But what I'd really want to do is make a movie. I would really want to make a movie, especially a movie about the audio story that I am working on right now for this YouTube channel. I will make a video announcing that at some point. Production is well underway. We have a voice acting team fully assembled, and they are already voicing the first chapter at the time of me making this video. So production's underway, and I will make a actual video announcing it once production is, you know, more underway. But yeah, what I'd really like to do is make a movie, but the right thing to do would be to, you know, be generous with it and help people. Are you ever going to bring back Connect the Dots? Perhaps that was a very good series, and Connect the Dots, for those who don't know, was a series that I did where I actually interviewed like high-ranking members and owners of these groups. The purpose was basically to kind of bridge the gaps between the trolling community and these, cafe, restaurant, hotel communities, because, there's a lot of drama and animosity between those two factions, and, I seem to be the bridge between these two communities for some reason. Both these communities seem to collectively agree that my content is funny. Again, I don't know why that's the one thing they all agree on, but hey, it is. So I thought, hey, as the one thing that both sides can agree on, maybe it's my responsibility to try to bridge the gap between them. And you know how, these workers, they dot all the time? So I made the series Connect the Dots, because it's about trying to bring these people together. So I would ask, these games owners common questions that trollers, ask about these games, and then vice versa, they would ask me stuff that these games often wonder about trollers. And it was a pretty cool series, but I haven't done it in a very, very long time. But hey, maybe I will bring it back someday. If you live in a dumpster, where do you shower? I don't. What's the point? As soon as I shower, I go back home in the dumpster, and everything I just did in the shower is reversed. I just get smelly again. So what's the point of showering? So if you want to consider anything a shower, it's when I completely submerge myself in garbage from head to toe. That's my shower. It's just like a reverse shower, because, you shower to smell better, and I do that to smell worse. It's a great way of keeping people away. Because, when you're someone like me who is kind of a loner, you try to keep people at arm's length, and when you smell like garbage all the time, that's a great way to keep people away. It's natural people repellent. Haha, I love my life. What is your social security number? I think this is where the 6'7" meme could actually come in. I could just say 6'7", just because I know that will make a lot of you people happy for some reason. So there you go, 6'7". How's that? Now people are gonna clip that. I already saw people clipping that on YouTube when I said 6'7" in a live stream, and they were like, in all caps, Barney says 6'7". Ah! Like, I literally saw people doing that, so that's probably gonna happen now. But anyway, guys, I think that's about it for Ask Barney number 16, or episode 16, whichever one. So if you have a question that you want to see featured in Ask Barney episode 17, go ahead and leave your question in the comments section below. And remember, the more creative it is, the better chance it'll be featured. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys.